Hey Max, obviously it's been a long road trip for you guys, but how happy were you with how you were able to finish it in that third period?
Yeah, it's been a lot of hockey as of late, and as you mentioned, all on the road, and sometimes that could be difficult to get in a groove, and especially in the year like we're forced with this year. But I thought we did a good job of giving whatever energy we had left in the tank and emptying it out there, and just a strong overall performance from our goaltender out, and that's really the way our team has to win is by using everybody, and it's a lot of fun when we do win like that.
Question tonight comes from Brian Blessing, Vegas Hockey Hotline.
Hey, Max, a couple of times on Stone's goal, you went low blocker side and the rebound to Stone. And then on the goal you scored, you went low blocker side. Did it just turn out that way, or was that scouting report stuff?
I'd love to tell you that I have time to think about that, but I don't read the scouting reports too much. It's just been kind of my thing to see what you have and feel the game, and it just ended up that way.
Next question goes to David Shane, Las Vegas Review Journal.
Hi, Shay. Obviously, it had been a little bit since one had gone in for you. Were you, I guess, looking for a little bit more offense tonight and just a little bit of a weight off your shoulders as well to see it finally going?
Yeah, I think, any really extended period of time where you're not scoring, you start to think about it a little bit more. But, it was a great play by Marchie, and good to see it go in.
Next question goes to Justin Emerson, Las Vegas Sun.
Shay, it seems with Mark Stone that it's something with him every night. Goal and assist, great defensive play. I guess just what can you say about his game?
Yeah, again, he's a tremendous player. He's our captain for a reason. I think both sides of the puck, he just plays so well. He's a smart player, and he really does it all.
Time for a couple more here with Shay and Max. Next question for them comes from John Tritch, Channel 8, Las Vegas.
Hey, Max. It was a pretty daunting road trip. 2 weeks, 2 against the Wild, 2 against the Blues. And the way that you guys responded after losing those first 2 at the end here to beating the Blues in their own building on back-to-back nights. What's this say about the team and their resilience?
Yeah, we weren't happy with the way we played in Minnesota, and we knew that that's a strong, team that plays a playoff style game throughout the whole entire year. And we knew that we had a chance to kind of redeem ourselves coming into St. Louis because they're a team that plays the same way. Big, heavy, strong team that's built for the playoffs. So we wanted to make a statement and come in here and kind of show that it wasn't our team, it wasn't our identity the way we were playing in Minnesota, and we were able to do that. And we weren't able. We were just looking ahead at proving ourselves not back on those games.
Do one final question here for Shay and Max. That question goes to David Shane, Las Vegas Review Journal.
Hi, Shay. Especially the last handful of games you guys have played against them, it seems like it's, back and forth, crazy overtime, something just, what was it nice to maybe play a little more tighter, checking, a little closer game? And is that the way you maybe want to play against them going forward?
Yeah. I think just speaking generically, that's how we want to play going forward. We wanted to tighten up our D zone. I thought our kill did a great job tonight, especially in that 5-on-3 and, the 6-on-5 at the end of the game. They did a good job blocking shots and, being in those lanes. So it's a good way to, finish this trip and, looking forward.
Guys, thanks for the time tonight.
Thank you.
Hey, Mark with a K. Just
Yeah, good job.
two goals tonight. Just the way that you played tonight to finish off the road trip and the win. Just how are you feeling coming out of this one?
4-2 on a long, grueling road trip. Couple back-to-backs. Obviously, didn't like the way we played in Minnesota. I think in the last 2 games we had a couple lulls in the game, but I don't think our second period was great. I don't think we broke. We didn't give up a ton, but we weren't really controlling the play. And then I thought our 10 minutes in the third period was awesome. And then we get a great kill, 5-on-3 and score our next shift. So there was key points in the game, and I think we kind of won all those key matchups at those critical times.
Next question comes from Ben Goetz, Las Vegas Review Journal.
Hey, Mark with the C, Marc-Andre. Mark just mentioned the 5-on-3 penalty kill. It seemed like the Blues were trying to get you to move laterally a lot in the crease. I guess just what was your approach to defending that 5-on-3?
Yeah, they have good shooters, on both sides. They can have good one-timers, and yeah, it's even though sometimes that's what they're trying to do, it's still coming fast, and got lucky with crossbar, and I was able to get a couple. And I think a big key of that kill too was our guys in front, or defender at that block a lot of shots, and helped me out a lot, in front of the net. So it was great teamwork, and got it done.
We'll go to Danny Webster of NHL.com.
Mark with a K, your guys' line has been, obviously it's been good all year, but in that third period, it just seemed like you guys kind of turned on that extra gear and just wanted to make sure you finished it off.
Yeah, I mean, we had a good start to the period. We caused some turnovers. Theo makes a great play at the blue line to keep it in, and I kind of got them back on their heels. Score first one, and didn't like that we got scored on, I think, our next shift. So just stay the course. You can't let your highs get too high and lows too low. There's key points in the game that you have to execute. And I think Stevie making that big play to Patch, and Patch making a huge shot to get back that 2-goal lead. When you get that 2-goal lead on the road, you just feel a lot of relief on the bench, and we weren't as stressed going forward. So you just got to stick with the game plan, and when you get those opportunities, you have to capitalize.
Our next question goes to John Treach, Channel 8, Las Vegas.
Hey, Marc-Andre, coming off those two losses at Minnesota, it was St. Louis that was breathing down your neck in the standings, and you guys had the response of beating them twice on back-to-back nights in their own building. How impressed are you of your team that you're able to respond like that?
Yeah, I thought it was good. It's not only that back-to-back that we just had today and yesterday. I thought it was the whole trip. I think we played the 6 games in 9 days or something. And I think we all knew in our locker room that we weren't happy with Minnesota, and I thought the guys responded well last night. Chipping at it, getting some big goals, and sorry. And again tonight, I thought we played a solid game. We had the puck a lot. We defended well. I thought both games we defended well, and special teams was good. And like you said, they're right there in the standing with us. So it was nice to get those 2 wins.
Time for a few more here with Marc-Andre Fleury and Mark Stone. Next question for them goes to David Shane, Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Hi, for Mark Stone. You touched on it a little bit with the penalty kill. Can you just expand on it a little bit? Was there a little bit of redemption from last night, obviously having a couple go in the third period?
Yeah, I think obviously our penalty kill allowed 2 last night that we're not used to giving up. They're simple, little mistakes, but correctable. So we knew what we had to do. Obviously, they have good shooters. Krug's great at the top. O'Reilly's obviously a good middleman. They have a good power play. You can do all you want to keep them, to the outside. But they're going to make their plays. They have a good power play. So I think for us, it was disrupting them. Those clean tape to tape, kind of seams. I think when we box out and, block shots, and Flower can see the puck, it just makes his life easier. He makes that first save. And I think that's what we kind of did tonight. I thought we did a lot better job of not allowing them to throw pucks across the seam. And that's what allows Flower to make the saves.
Next, we'll go to Brian Blessing, Vegas Hockey Hotline.
I get confused by the letters. How about Mr. Stone? Mark, could you talk about Marc-Andre when he makes the big saves on a nightly basis, but it's the timing of the saves? He stops O'Reilly at the end of the period, and then on the 5-on-3, when he makes the saves at the big moments of the game, how does that lift the bench and the team to do something the other way?
Oh, for sure. I know it's not easy for goalies to play back to back, and he came in and might have had his best game of the trip. But that just shows the the leadership and the quality of goal he is. So I think it lifts our bench, but shouldn't say we're used to it, but we kind of are used to it. We know that he's going to be there at the big times, and it kind of like what I said earlier. At critical times, we were able to win that matchup, and that's not just us scoring goals. That's us getting a big save and our goalie outplaying the other team's goalie, and that's what happened tonight.
We'll turn to Alan Snell, LV Sports Biz.
This is for Flower. The games are really piling up for you. This is another back-to-back. How's the workload affecting you so far?
It's not too bad. With that COVID thing, I was in my room for a day and a half, not moving too much from my bed, so a little time to recover there. But I think it's tough for everybody in the league right now. I think it's a lot of games in a short period of time, and I don't know. Every game I just try to do my best, try to keep our team in the game, and doesn't matter if my legs are tired or not. Right, just try to find a way to keep the game close. And like I said before, the guys in front of me help me out a lot. Right, they play well defensively and not give up too much. Right, and they block a lot of pucks too when they can, and that helps me a lot.
Last question tonight for Marc-Andre Fleury and Mark Stone goes to Justin Emerson, Las Vegas Sun.
Hey, Mark with a K. I'm curious how close to tabs you keep on your stats. You've never had a point per game in the NHL. You've come close a couple of times. I'm curious if that's maybe been a goal for you, and just in general, how you feel about the way you've been playing this season.
I think my success goes hand in hand with the team's success. When we're winning games, everybody's kind of numbers get inflated, and we're playing really good hockey right now. So when we're playing well, our depth allows everybody to have a matchup. We got 4 lines who are rolling out the door right now. So I think for us, there's times in the game where we can get a matchup and go out there and produce. And there's key points of the game where there's an icing or offensive zone draw, and that's kind of when you have to take advantage of it. And I think we've been doing a pretty good job as an entire group. We're starting to score more. We're starting to find ways to score in different ways, and that's not just me. I think that's everybody, and you can see the success of the group.
Guys, thanks for the time tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pete, obviously end of a long road trip for you guys. Just how happy were you with the effort you guys received in the third period?
Yeah, it was a gutsy effort tonight and a real gritty win. We had a lot of things stacked against us, 6 games and 10 nights and all the stuff we've dealt with on the road, from being kicked out of our hotel, the false positive tests, and to end up coming out the end of this trip 4-2 in some tough buildings, I think is a great road trip. So that was our goal today, and I thought the guys dug deep to have an effort to make sure they got that done.
Next question tonight goes to Justin Emerson, Las Vegas Sun.
Justin.
Hey, Pete, Braden McNabb had a lot of ice time there in the third period, obviously defending the 5-on-3, and then there at the end. I guess when he was out, what was he missing? What were you guys missing, I guess, and what did he bring back to the lineup once he got healthy and back in?
Yeah. Well, he's a warrior. He's like Martinez. They sacrifice their bodies every night, doing a lot of that work in our own end and in front of our own net and blocking shots in order to help us win. They don't get a lot of headlines and accolades, but a huge piece of our defensive effort back there and how we defend. And he's one of those identity players for us that when he's not in the lineup, we miss him.
We'll turn to David Shane with the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Hey, David.
Hi, Pete. Their power play, I guess, got you yesterday. Today, there was a big 5-on-3 that you guys were able to kill. I guess how much momentum, how big of a factor was that? What were you guys able to gain from killing that 5-on-3?
Well, I think we take a lot of pride in our penalty kill. And I think, when we looked at it yesterday, I don't think anyone was happy with our effort or execution on it. And, I think we reset overnight and coaches did a good job of kind of identifying some things we wanted to make sure we cleaned up. And I thought the guys tonight, really got it back where it's been all year, which is, as a weapon for us and the ability to take away momentum from the other team. And I thought that's what it did tonight.
Next question for Pete goes to John Treach, Channel 8, Las Vegas.
Hey, John.
Hey, Coach, you think about where you were as of yesterday afternoon. St. Louis is breathing down your neck after 2 losses, and your guys responded by winning 2 games on back-to-back nights in their building. I know there's a lot of hockey left to be played, but that was a pressure spot. How do you think your guys responded to that?
Well, we wanted exactly how I expected this group to respond. Nobody was happy coming out of the second Minnesota game. We had lost 2 in a row for the first time in a long time. And, we responded, like I said, in the opening of the press conference with 2 gritty, gutsy efforts from everybody. And, we put in some fresh bodies tonight with Brownie coming in the lineup, and he gave us some good energy at the end of a trip. So it was an entire team effort.
Take 2 more tonight. Next question goes to David Shane, Las Vegas Review Journal.
Hey, David.
Hi, Pete. Just with that, can you touch a little bit on the decision to stick with Nosek on the third line and then go with Brown there? I would assume it's not an injury with Glass. Is that correct?
No, it's not. It's just, the end of a long trip and a lot of hockey. And I think I talked at the beginning of the season that we were going to try and use our depth and rotate guys in and out in these situations in order to give us some energy. And I thought that's exactly what it did. I thought Nos gave us some energy in his new role the last 2 nights or night and a half when we moved him up there. And I thought Brownie came in and gave us some real good legs and energy tonight.
Last question tonight goes to Stormy Barantoni with the Vegas Golden Knights.
Stormy.
Mark Stone has 14 points in the last 7 games. And he said kind of before this month, there was a lull of a few games where he was fighting the puck a little bit, but he just needed to get back to playing hockey. How good has he been since then?
Yeah, he's been our leader all year, but he's consistently been excellent here for me, particularly lately. He's always good, even when he's not sticking the puck in the net. You can always rely on to do everything else right on the ice, a lot like O'Reilly Smith. But when he's creating offense for us, like he has been consistently here, you need your best players to be your best players in order to win in this league, especially on the road. And he's done that.
Thanks, Pete.
Thank you.
That'll conclude tonight's media availability. Appreciate everyone for taking the time. We'll send out recordings here shortly. Thanks all.